Well, let's be honest, it wouldn't be another National Arena League offseason without some team turnover, am I right? Things just were a little too good, and we should have been on our toes ready for something like this to happen. So we got a lot of information in this video, and it should be very informative, a lot of shake-up, and we also got some good news at the very end. So stay tuned. Alright everybody, so unfortunately, it looks like the National Arena League had to terminate some franchises, or franchise. It's a little weird with the Topeka situation. So here, we can get into it. The National Arena League, and this is all happening within a 2-day span, 2-3 day span, so pretty crazy. It's all hitting at once, and this is not looking good. But here you can see a post the NAL made. On Thursday, February 15th, the National Arena League notified the current Topeka Tropics ownership that due to violations of their league affiliation agreement, including the failure to pay league dues and meeting other criteria to participate in the upcoming 2024 season, their current league membership has been revoked. Alright, so the way the NAL and some other people are spinning it is this is just the ownership is getting kicked out, and the Topeka Tropics are going to potentially stay with new ownership, which okay, I get that, I can see that happening, but the season's right around the corner, and we're just now having this all happen, and we're going to have new ownership come for a team. Unless you had somebody literally waiting, in the wind for this to happen, it was already behind the scenes all set up. This is just crazy to me. The National Arena League is just, we should be used to this by now, right? This is every offseason, teams fall, get a bunch of expansion, and then some of those teams don't even make it to the season or halfway through the season. So let's more on that in a second. So the National Arena League is in discussions with the new ownership, like I said, and the Stormontvale Events Center to allow the Topeka Tropics to participate in the upcoming 2024 season. The National Arena League will provide more details as soon as possible. So this is still a fluid situation. The Tropics could still play this season, pending new ownership, and the Stormontvale Event Center allowing it all to still go through. So pretty upsetting, pretty crazy. But if you go to Topeka Tropics' socials, they haven't posted anything since November of last year, 2023. So the writing was kind of on the wall. Even their Facebook, socials, nothing. Just absolutely no noise coming from Topeka Tropics. So we kind of should have seen this coming. If the season's almost here, and teams should be rearing up, getting as much fan engagement, selling tickets, selling merchandise, getting people pumped up to come to the arena to watch their team play. If they're not doing that, they're probably folding at this point. This seems to be a running theme, all right? But yeah, so if there's a new ownership that's going to come in and take over the team, then it just doesn't look good to me. This is just, I feel so bad for the players more than anything when you have these ownership issues. They're the ones that, along with the fans, they're the ones that are really hurting. Like, when you're a fan, especially of this niche sport, arena and indoor football, it's so hard to be a fan because, well, not literally, but it's so hard because you want to do really well. You want your team to succeed. You want your league to succeed. You want nothing but success because you love it so much. But for some reason, arena and indoor football just doesn't get that extra oomph, that just little extra push by fan engagement or money. Because as everybody knows who's really following the sport, you don't get into arena and indoor football as an owner looking to make money. You do it because you love the sport. You love giving players opportunity. You love the game. That's why people become join ownerships or become owners of arena and indoor football teams. So, yeah, terrible news for Topeka. And if that wasn't enough, boom, the very next day, or 2 days later, whichever it was, the NAL board terminates North Texas Bulls membership. So, when it rains, it pours, right? Absolutely insane. Things were, too good to be true going into this offseason and this upcoming season for the NAL. So let's read what this one has to say. The National Arena League officially reports today that the North Texas Bulls franchise has been terminated from the National Arena League. So unlike the Topeka situation, They straight up said, North Texas, you're done, out, cut. Topeka could still potentially play this offseason, or play this upcoming season. This decision follows the evaluation of the North Texas Bulls' logistics and financial situation, which includes failure to pay league dues, as well as failure to provide an executed arena lease for the upcoming 2024 season. With just a month before kickoff, the league has decided effectively February 16th to revoke the membership of the North Texas Bulls from the National Arena League. The league had provided multiple extensions in order to assist North Texas in their first season with the NAL. But after a significant time, it was apparent that the North Texas Bulls had exhausted their window to compete in the 2024 season, ultimately due to failure to meet National Arena League operational requirements. Increasing stability, the NAL board's decision allows the remaining teams to proceed to the 2024 season. The league will be adjusting the current National Arena League schedule to adapt to the absence of North Texas. The schedule is currently being adapted and will be released once complete at a later date on the league's website and social media platforms. So yeah, this just looks absolutely horrible. I was hoping for some stability, some real true growth for the NAL going forward, and right off the bat, you got two teams. I just don't get it. Some people say, hey, you got to vet these owners, you got to vet these teams before you just let them in the league. And you just brought these two teams in, and they're already folding before the season gets here. I don't get it. I really don't understand. You have people who defend the league, saying that they are doing their due diligence and making sure these teams are legitimate before they let them in. But then you have stuff like this happen. It makes no sense. I don't understand it. Just looks horrible. You have a lot of drama between the new AFL and other leagues, NAL, IFL, whatever, right? And they all say stuff like, "Oh, these teams, the new AFL, these teams aren't going to last. Will they even kick off their season? Is there any stability for this new AFL?" And then you have shit like this that happens in the NAL every single off season. I don't talk crap about somebody else when literally the same thing happens. The only league that's like truly stable at this point is the IFL. I mean, the AFL could be eventually. We got to see how they all turn out. I'm not putting my money on anything yet. The AFL has to prove themselves to me before I back anything with them. It's a wait and see approach with that. Best of luck. I don't want any of these teams to fold. I don't want any of these leagues to fold. I love this sport. This is sad. This upsets me as a true fan. So all the bickering and fighting and just every season, every off season, team saying or league saying this, team saying that. Like, there's so much infighting. No wonder this sport doesn't grow and get big. No wonder none of this is absolutely successful and as big as it used to be years and years and years ago. It's so upsetting. Like, I sometimes I'll get pulled into the drama and the fighting, and then I take a step back and I'm like, what am I doing? Like, who cares? Like, we should all, the real people who are smart are saying, why are we not all coming together and making a giant league? Or why are we not most of the teams coming together who are financially stable and legitimate? Why are they not coming and making a real league? I don't get it, man. You can't get mad at the typical fan, or you can't get mad at people who are fans for saying things like that and then tell them, oh, you don't understand. You don't know. You got to know the behind the scenes stuff. We don't tell anybody the behind the scenes stuff. You don't tell anybody the critical information to help them understand and make, informed decisions and comments about this league or the other leagues. What do you expect them to say? And then you get mad because they're not saying something you like because of the information you have. It just blows my mind. Yeah, I'm going on a rant, guys. I'm sorry. This has just been building up, and it feels like every season, it's the same thing over and over. So we'll move on. All right, so this is where I'm confused. The NAL is leaving the door open. They're leaving the door open for the Topeka Tropics, right? Saying new ownership. They're fully terminating the Bulls. And then the Sioux City owner went on his Facebook live stream, and he straight up just said the NAL is terminating both teams. So are they legit? Did he just misspeak? But he seemed pretty adamant and legitimate in his little speech that they are terminating both franchises going forward. Sioux City and the rest of our league members are committed. So either he misspoke or he just like said, hey, we're really supposedly there's an opportunity for Topeka to come back, but most likely the league's just terminating them. I don't know. That was confusing to me because I watched that. But yeah, just terrible. So North Texas, they did their little release. I figure if I'm going to cover this information, I'm going to be very transparent and show all sides. And here you can see North Texas saying, forging a new path separates from the National Arena League. This is just so weird. The league come out and says you financially cannot make it work this upcoming season. And then the first sentence they say is, the North Texas Bulls, a formidable force in arena football, proudly announces its decision to embark on a new chapter as it separates itself from the National Arena League. That is so weird. You just got blasted in front of everybody that you don't have the money or even in an arena. But then you're going to say you're a formidable force and it was your decision to embark on a new chapter. You know, like you're extremely stable. I'm not talking crap about the North Texas Bulls. It was just so weird that that's how they started it off. So they announced they're going to, they're committed, delivering great entertainment. Stems from a select few. The North Texas Bulls intends to align itself with an honest, truthful, and unashamed opponent with an organizational ethos that mirrors our decision to promote a high standard of competition. Wow, this statement is... I was not prepared for all that. Fostering a positive environment for fans and players alike. The exciting transition opens up new opportunities for growth and ensures that our team continues to evolve both on and off the field. The North Texas Bulls are enthusiastic about the upcoming season and the chances to face opponents who share our passion for good competition. Our unwavering commitment is to provide family-friendly entertainment remains at the forefront of our mission, and we are confident that our loyal fans will continue to support us as we embark on this thrilling journey. In the spirit of unity and camaraderie, the North Texas Bulls acknowledges the National League for the experiences shared and lessons learned during our time together. We look forward to creating new rivalries and alliances as we forge ahead into an exciting phase of the organization's history. I'm sorry for laughing. This is just so weird. Stay tuned for further updates and announcements, and they gear up for the 2024 season. They have no idea what league they're playing in, I'm sure. Or at least I don't know. It doesn't say, and I have no idea. I'm guessing the AIF? Maybe they will throw them in real quick. But if you can't afford to be a franchise and you don't have an arena to play, what a weird statement this was. If I'm being honest. Man. So from what I get from that is they want strong competition, and the NAL is scared. There was nothing about not having an arena, nothing about not having the funds to operate. So weird. I don't know. Either way, so that puts the NAL going forward at 6 teams. Who even knows if all of them will still play? I'm not counting. Well, even if the season I was about to say, I'm not counting anybody until the season starts. But as you saw last season with the Northern Kentucky, or is that what it was? I'm blanking out. I'm sorry. The Mustangs, whatever. I'm not counting anybody out even during the season because they can fold halfway through the season. Just so terrible, man. I just wish. I'm a fan of the NAL. I was there from the inception as a fan. It's just so weird how stability is such a hard thing, But what do I know? I'm just a fan. I don't know anything. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know anything, But yeah, 6 teams going forward, maybe 7 with Topeka. They're going to redo the schedule. We're going to have to get everything stabilized. Just sucks. Yeah. So that's the news updates there. One more thing before we end the video. So, in some good news, like I said at the beginning of the video, the Omaha Beef got a new field, and I love it. I absolutely love it. I love when these arena teams and indoor teams have the colored fields, because that is just so fun to me. Like you get, this picture's not that great, but it just gives you a look at the logo at the midfield. But yeah, here's a better picture of it. Looks like that last picture, it was just super bright neon orange and wasn't that great of a picture. But here's some other photos of the field, and it looks great. Yeah, here's another one. You can see the end zone. It's in black and says Omaha. But yeah, I just love it when teams embrace, the campiness, the fun aspect of the sport, and put these fields with team colors. It's really fun. Like, we get it. We're not in the NFL. We're not college. Every field doesn't have to be green grass. Like, you're indoor. Embrace it. Go ahead and have some fun. Put some color. I know the kids love it. I think it's awesome too. At the end of the day, it just makes more character, and it's more fun for the teams and the fans. I think it'd be so cool if, like, the Jacksonville Sharks had like a red field and black end zones, blood in the water, Shark Tank, and or maybe if the Arizona Rattlers, they had a copper field, like copper colored field. I think stuff like that's pretty cool, and just makes every team's field and experience unique, and with their fan engagement, and their arena. But yeah, here's the other photo one time, and then yeah, really awesome for Omaha. They doing great things, big things, and staying stable. But it just sucks, man. It really does. To end the video, it's kind of running a little long, but just to end the video, I don't understand at the end of the day how these teams keep getting in the league and then they just fold, and they don't even make it to the season, the beginning of the season, or they fold halfway through the season. At the end of the day, though, it is good that the NAL did this, because obviously if the Bulls or Topeka aren't meeting their financial obligations, and they are not going to be able to even operate, so during the season, at the end of the day, it's great they get them out and get this figured out before the season gets here, because it'll look worse, end season when a team folds than preseason. But yeah, it just really blows my mind. I just don't understand it. We vet and you try to make sure these teams are good and these owners are good, and then right before the season gets here, this happens. It sucks. Stability is not a very strong thing when it comes to arena and indoor football, except for a small minority of franchises that have been around a long time, like Omaha, for instance. But yeah, the only one that's really that stable is you got the IFL. I mean, besides the Louisville Extreme that they allowed in the league and then terminated halfway through the season, the IFL has been really, really stable, and they have a lot of franchises that have been around for a long time. Some really good ownership groups, solid fan bases backing those elite teams up. So yeah, the IFL looks pretty solid. They just added 2 more, really great franchises and ownership groups. So yeah, going forward, it sucks. Like, you want the best for these leagues and these teams, and you want this all to succeed if you're a fan of the sport, and then stuff like this happens. But it's for the best for the NL going forward, obviously. So it is what it is. But yeah, going ahead and end this video. I appreciate everybody watching the video, subscribing, liking. Really being the dream come true making this channel. This is one of those things. I'm sure you've heard people say it before, but people say they always had a dream of making a YouTube video for whatever topic or whatever thing it may be, and then having success with it and people caring what you have to say. And for the past like 10 years, I was like, I'm gonna need to make an arena indoor football YouTube channel, because there's so much to talk about. There's always news. It's always exciting stuff and fun stuff to talk about, and sports, really fun. And yeah, it's been a blast. I love covering this stuff. I love talking about it. So thank you for all the likes. Thank you for people subscribing to the channel. We're going to be going really hard in this season with a lot of news updates. I'm going to do some tier lists. I know I've been saying that, but I finally have one made and done. I'm just going to upload it. And the season gets here, there's going to be nonstop videos and you know, covering the sport. So if that's something that interests you, please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it, and follow along for more. And thank you for liking the video. It shows me you really do appreciate this content and what I do. All right, everybody. Hopefully some better news and some stability will be coming in the future for all of us as fans of the sport. I will see you in the next one. Take it easy, everybody.